David, are you able to introduce him or not? You're driving.
Yes, I can speak. I guess I'd like to welcome Steve, whom we all know, and Gordon has summarized well. Steve has worked with us a lot on with the Laos project, and he's also had quite a bit of success and learned quite a bit from his experience with Whitby Sunrise and their bottle drives. So what we're benefiting from is some of their experience, and we've in fact passed on a couple of ideas from our successes in, for instance, like the restaurant that we managed to get to agree to donate bottles to us every week. So things like that, which we can all use. So please all welcome Steve. Thank you.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Okay, Steve, it's all yours.
Anyway, I was asked by our international chair to contact someone in Beirut after the massive explosion, and because we knew that there were Rotary clubs there, and we just wondered how they were managing and if there was something we could do to help. And I was just asked to send out a simple email. Well, suddenly I'm the chair of the international funding sponsor club, so. We've prepared a video. This was done very quickly, and so I was surprised how many people jumped in to help at the last minute. So you're actually I presented it to my club this morning, and you're the very first club to see this video.
Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to take a glimpse at our Beirut recovery initiatives. This invitation extends to all Rotary districts across Canada, their respective Rotary clubs, and the individuals who are our inspiration to make a positive difference in lives around the world. On August 4, 2020, a large amount of ammonium nitrate stored at the port of the city of Beirut, the capital of Lebanon, exploded, causing at least 200 deaths, 3 reported missing, 6,500 injuries, and costing about $10 to $15 billion in property damage and leaving an estimated 300,000 people homeless. These images you are seeing are just a sampling of images obtained off the internet, followed by pictures of the Karatina Hospital, a short video, and how we can help in this 5-minute presentation. Rotarians in Beirut were not immune to the effects of this disaster either. One Rotarian died during the explosion, another critically injured, and several others experienced multiple lacerations. Imagine these Rotarians putting service above self to feed and shelter those with immediate needs, and then try to plan ahead in recovery initiatives on several fronts, and keeping their families safe during this time of COVID. Our hearts go out to each of them and their families. These 2 pictures begin to give you an understanding of the damage in the hospitals while still trying to give the infants a chance at life. It sure hits the heart. Preliminary estimates of $3.1 billion US, about 4.2 billion Canadian in infrastructure damage was caused, with about 75 million in financial requirements just in the healthcare sector alone. In these next slides, you will see where most of the damage occurred and just how close the hospitals were to the explosion. The Karatina Hospital, the only public hospital in Beirut, being the closest. The explosion moderately damaged 4 hospitals and severely damaged 4 others, including the Karatina Hospital, located just 900 meters from the blast zone. The hospital itself sustained approximately $8 million in damages, one of the worst hit. The Rotary Club of Beirut Cosmopolitan is completing a global grant application to resupply critical medical equipment to the operating theater in the pediatrics neonatal ward at an estimated cost of $395,000 USD. Equipment includes operating table, operating light, anesthesia machine, OR monitor, laparoscopy system, urethoscope, and C-arm, along with critical equipment training. Here are pictures of the pediatric neonatal ward of the hospital. It would be difficult to imagine being here during the impact, then evacuating the hospital, worrying about your own family's health and safety. In the video, you will get a better idea of the destroyed equipment.
هلا منتك الكهرباء كلها. هيدا العيسيان يا صبايا. ايه؟ لا لا منيح. فينك تسمعنا الصوت بعدين؟ هذه غرفة الريزيدنت.
Whitby Sunrise has agreed to be the international sponsoring partner, abiding to strict protocol with accountability. Our Canadian target is $150,000 US. That includes district grants and matching TRF from RI to assist in the replacement of the medical equipment in the pediatrics operating theater. You will note that our goal is to raise $100,000 from District 7070 and $50,000 from the other 20 districts of Rotary in Canada. It should be noted that there is a second global grant initiative being considered by the Rotary Club of Beirut, not related to this global grant. There are various payment options for clubs to direct their funds to the Rotary Club of Whitby Sunrise so we can keep track of our progress. For individuals, funds may be made to the Rotary Foundation Canada, where they will issue tax receipts. We invite you to contact Steve Rutledge of the Whitby Sunrise Club or Richard Mewiney of the Newmarket Club should you have any questions or require further clarification. Thank you so much for making a positive impact in our world.
Pretty sobering, eh? Yeah, that's, you know what, I think we can make a big difference. We want to get this operating theater up and running. Can you imagine this being the only public hospital in Beirut? There's 7 hospitals there. Only one of them is public, and most people can't afford to go to the others. So the funding for this hospital is so low to begin with. They generally can't admit patients after about halfway through the year. So it's quite a challenge for them. There was a documentary that came out. I just got it last night, and it's a 15-minute documentary all about the Karantina Hospital, it's boy, if you think this pulled at your heartstrings, you should see that one. It's a BBC documentary, and I'll share that down the road with all of you. But so anyway, that's just my 6-minute spiel there, and I think we should move on to the bottle drive. I will send David. I will send David a link to this video so that you have information. If you know anybody that wishes to make a donation, either privately or through the company or through Rotary, please contact me through that way. Okay? Does anybody have any quick questions before we move on? Yes,
yeah.
Procilus.
Yeah. No, I have just this one burning question about this Beirut thing. This is one of the most corrupt countries in the world, and probably the corruption and everything, and the horrible situation that there were with civil wars and all these terrorist groups that are in the government, and then these families, these oligarchs. It's all horrible there. So anyway, but it all comes down to corruption in the end. How would we make sure that the money goes to the right source and not goes to the pockets of yet another corrupt official?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, there's 2 ways. First of all, Habib is the heading the host club. He's also the president of their club, and we have had good working relationships with him before with our district, doing other Rotary projects. So that's on the one side. We know that he's very, he's very accountable for every, I don't know what denomination they use there, but for every dollar that gets spent. The other thing is we have Wasim Jarrah. He is from the Newmarket Club. There's a team of 5 of us in this area. So first of all, you know that Wasim is going to be on the ground over there to make sure. First of all, it's the model the model numbers that we ordered. The stuff actually does come from out of country, so we want to make sure we're getting the exact stuff that we ordered. He's going to be on the ground to photograph it, to confirm it for us. Okay. There's also, as we know, there's extensive accountability reports we use, and I think you all know me in that when I submit an accountability report, it goes right down to the KIP level so that we see every receipt, every item that got spent with the funds we get from Rotary. So it's important that I do that, because I need to gain your trust so we can move forward in the future. So this is not going to be any different in that respect. So I feel fairly confident. We also have Peter Ginsburg on our committee. He is from he's the president of the Newmarket Club this year. And we also have Barry Mount and Andrew Butterworth, both sit on our own committee. We have to have 3 members, and these are the 3 members. And we've been doing this for many years. So I hope that makes you feel confident. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's good, and that's the beauty of Rotary, that we do always. We have somebody on the other side that makes sure that money goes there. That's great, excellent. Thank you very much.
Any other questions for Steve about Beirut? Anybody else? Okay. All right, Steve. Well, thank you so much for
thank you. Yeah.
attending today, especially on the short notice, like within less than 24 hours. So
No
seriously, thank you very much, and thank you for all the tips about the bottle drive and your video on Beirut. It's been really good.